Okay. I specifically asked not to get the Beyonce song, so I'm happy. But I asked for Pantera. That didn't happen. Lots of bald faces up front. Shout out to the bald people up front. Yes. Okay, so I'm Tomer, Chief Product Officer at the Stellar Development Foundation. There's a QR code here. I'll try to operate this and take questions at the end. Please submit them. So at SDF, we care a lot about product market fit. This is a bit unique in the on-chain world. A lot of people are focused on narratives, and they're focused on hype. We prefer substance. So what do we mean by product market fit? By the way, I'm going to say product market fit a lot of times. Please bear with me. When I say product market fit, I mean being in a good market with a product that can satisfy the market. So this journey for product market fit, we often describe this as 0 to 1 in tech. And today, I want to talk about how Stellar, or rather the Stellar ecosystem, has reached or completed its 0 to 1 journey, achieving product market fit. I'll cover a few examples to demonstrate this product market fit, and how the Stellar stack, built carefully over the past decade, has supported that. After that, I want to talk about how we're preparing the Stellar stack for its 1 to 10 journey, accelerating, broadening adoption, and optimizing. Let's start by diving into some examples. Case in point number 1, Decaf. So Decaf is a self-custody wallet. You might have heard them talk earlier today at the partner stage. Decaf empowers remote workers, migrants, refugees, and digital nomads across the world, and have done some really amazing work, especially in Latin America. So earlier this year, together with the Decaf team, we released a mini documentary called Crypto Saves Lives. I highly recommend checking it out, and its stars are also here in Meridian. The gist is that remote workers in a small rural community in Colombia, the village of San Francisco, get a cheap and efficient way to get paid with dollars from the USA, and either take these out as cash or store them as savings. And that, in turn, has led to financial literacy and has led to an increase in life quality felt across the San Francisco village. So a good market and a product that satisfies it. Product market fit at its finest. And this is all built on Stellar, a network that was purposefully built for cross-border payments. That includes a batteries-included stack, where assets and payments are first-class primitives, both in the protocol, RPC service, Horizon, and all the way to the supporting SDKs. And I actually asked the Decaf team, and specifically Juan, the CTO. Juan, are you here anywhere? Juan is over there. I asked him, what is it about Stellar that sets it apart from the other systems that they use? And what he told me is that at the end of the day, Stellar just works. The Stellar product stack just works. So there's that. Decaf also uses the Anchor network, a global network of interoperable on and off ramps. And specifically, they use MoneyGram, an anchor that provides cash access across the world in more than hundreds of thousands of locations. But the same infrastructure can also be used to facilitate mass disbursements, and we're seeing product market fit there too. Case in point, Stellar Aid Assist. So Stellar Aid Assist is a cash disbursement system specifically designed for refugees. It has already disbursed more than $5 million through UNHCR in Ukraine to refugees, with thousands of families getting disbursements almost on a weekly basis. How does it work? Recipients eligible for financial support get a link to install a Stellar wallet, Vibrant in this case. They provide their identifying information, and if eligible, they get Stellar USDC straight to their Vibrant wallet. They can either off-ramp directly to cash using MoneyGram, or they can keep it in their wallets for safe passage across borders. Stellar Aid Assist also builds on the tried and tested Stellar protocol, which means that it has the scale and robustness to support mass disbursements. You really don't want a sensitive functionality such as this to depend on infrastructure that occasionally takes a break. And by the way, the same service that enables Stellar 8 Assist, the Stellar disbursement platform, is widely available for any type of mass payout you can imagine, payroll or others. Again, more than $5 million, thousands of families getting paid almost every week, a good market, and a product that satisfies it. Product market fit. Okay, so Stellar is great for payments, but not just that. What about investors? What about enterprise investors? What about retail investors? Stellar is one of the leading chains for on-chain tokenized treasuries. More than $420 million in TVL as of right now. Franklin Templeton is leading that growth with the Benji product and the on-chain money market fund. This was the first US-registered blockchain-based fund, and it was listed on Stellar. Not only is this one of the largest on-chain yield-bearing regulated assets by market cap, but it's also the only one that's readily available for retail investors only on Stellar. And as of August, this asset is also transferable from one shareholder to another. But why Stellar? Why launch this on Stellar? Well, Stellar's asset issuance primitives go beyond just basic assets. They're also allowing issue more sophisticated assets with various optional controls, such as allow listing, deny listing, and clawbacks. And this is all without writing a single line of code, not having to deploy a single smart contract. Another big reason we see regulated entities come to Stellar is SCP, the Stellar Consensus Protocol. With SCP, trust is explicit and it's based on reputation. You don't have to trust an anonymous crypto staker. You don't have to trust an anonymous miner. This is much more palatable for traditional finance, and it's much more palatable for regulators. Product market fit for institutional and retail investors. Check. So these are all real, honest-to-God use cases, and they're just the tip of the iceberg. We have an entire ecosystem that across the stack is geared towards real-world utility. No bullshit, just product market fit at its finest. And a lot of you are here, so give yourselves a big round of applause. Sorry, that was my way to take a break. Okay, so what's next? That's a great question. Well, with 0 to 1 done, how do we get from 1 to 10, and what does it even mean to get from 1 to 10? So we often call 1 to 10 as the stage of a company's life in which it has achieved product market fit, and now it's focusing on scaling its business. So this includes expanding the customer base, increasing revenue, and optimizing operation for maximum efficiency. So what does Stellar's 1 to 10 journey look like? That's a great question. At the end of the day, it's really up to you guys. But what we can do is help you with preparing the product stack for that. And today I want to focus on three main areas of focus for the Stellar product stack. I want to talk about the Stellar protocol, data, and wallets. So going from bottom to top, let's start with the Stellar protocol. Stellar is already operating at scale, closing a ledger every 6 seconds, no hiccups. With an average of more than 100 transactions per second, that's across the past 30 days. And according to ChainSpect, this puts Stellar consistently on the top 5 ranking chains in terms of actual, real transactions per second. And like we mentioned previously, it has all the basic building blocks for issuing assets and making payments. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. With that said, as of this year, smart contracts are live on Stellar, and they now allow builders to deploy their own decentralized financial instruments with custom accounts, custom assets, and much more. And we're already seeing DeFi accelerate rapidly. So smart contracts move the financial innovation away from the protocol layer and into your hands, the ecosystem. And from that perspective, we can call the Stellar protocol almost, from a functional perspective, feature complete. So for the 1 to 10 journey, SDF is going to focus on providing the non-functional protocol features. So We're already in the final stages of implementing state archival to battle state bloat, a huge issue with many blockchains out there, super important for the sustainability of the network. We're working hard to increase throughput with parallel Soroban, overlay improvements, and various runtime optimizations. We're targeting 100x of the current Soroban TPS. We're also working hard on reducing block time and potentially introducing fast consensus path so that simple transactions can land in under 1 second. We're making heavy investments on the protocol side to make sure that you can accelerate adoption without having to worry about your infrastructure. If you're interested in learning more about this, Nico is going to give the talk tomorrow about the future of the Stellar protocol. It's going to be super interesting. So we're creating more data on-chain. How do we access all this information? So let's talk about the data access layer. We already have some real strong offerings in this space. Horizon is our classic battle-tested RPC service for Stellar. And it's a great one-stop data shop for everyone. Horizon is both loved by developers for its all-encompassing, super simple APIs, but at the same time, it's also hated by operators because of the operational cost. So just an example, Stellar's SDF's Horizon cluster until a few months ago, before we trimmed history, cost us $95,000 a month to maintain. That's a lot of money, and it's not very accessible. So with the years, we've also added Hubble. Hubble is a publicly available, analytics-focused data set using BigQuery. And more recently, we added the Stellar RPC. Stellar RPC is a super lightweight, opinionated RPC service. RPC is remote procedure call, by the way, utilizing some of the lessons we've learned in Horizon. All of these are great, but for Stellar's 1 to 10 journey, we need more. We need more option for customizations, more options for optimizations, and we need access to third-party tooling. So earlier this year, we introduced CDP, the Composable Data Platform. This is a collection of tools that help streamline data access for Stellar. The first CDP tool, Galaxy, for exporting ledger data, is already out, and we are already using it in Hubble, and it has really helped us drastically. We've reduced the cost of Hubble by 35%. We've reduced ingestion time by 75%, and that's massive. Now, we also want to ensure that Stellar data is accessible in popular industry analytics tools. So I'm really happy to share that Stellar data will be accessible on Nansen, coming Q1 2025, starting next week on Artemis, and especially happy to share that Dune Analytics is hosting Stellar data as of today. Big shout out for Dune to making this a reality. Is the Dune team here? They're here somewhere. Cool. OK, so if you want to learn more in depth about the past, present, and future of accessing data on Stellar, check out Molly's talk, who's coming in, I believe, tomorrow at the Builders Bridge. OK, but what about the layer of the stack that is closest to the users of the Stellar ecosystem? Our wallets. Wallets are applications closest to the users. The Stellar ecosystem supports a variety of them, from use case wallets like Vibrant and Decaf, all the way to comprehensive crypto-native wallets like Lobster and Expo. To accelerate adoption, we need to make self-custody easier and more secure. So earlier this year, we already enabled protocol-level passkey support. This allows users to authenticate their smart wallets using their mobile devices' biometric sensors, rather than managing a secret key. Huge win for user experience, big win for developer experience. Another pain point for developers and for users is paying gas or fees. Transactions in Stellar are extremely cheap, but they still require a user to hold XLM. And that's a big friction point. So just last week, we launched an experimental service called LaunchTube. That's a service that sponsors smart wallet invocations. LaunchTube enables fully gasless transactions, an order of magnitude improvement, both in user experience and developer experience for smart wallets. We're also looking into adding protocol-level functionality for gasless transactions to pay with non-XLM assets. More on that coming soon, and check out Nico's talk for more information. Sure. We also touched on security, and this is a good time to talk about scams. With the accelerated adoption of crypto in general, and Stellar specifically, we see more and more fraudulent activity. Now, Stellar block explorers and wallets are already doing a great job in collaborating on marking fraudulent assets and accounts. But it's not enough. Scams are getting more and more sophisticated. So to that end, I'm happy to share that we're collaborating with Blockade. Blockade is an industry-leading on-chain security platform, and it's now available on Stellar. Blockade is rolling out this week to users of Freighter and Lobster, and will be available soon to more apps and more wallets in the ecosystem. Blockade CEO, Ido, is going to give a talk tomorrow and share some insights about scams and fraud in crypto in general and in the Stellar ecosystem specifically. I highly recommend it. I've seen a preview, and it will blow your head away. OK, so back to the big picture. The Stellar product stack already supports products with clear product market fit. Now it's gearing up to help you accelerate. What now? Now it's really up to you. So it doesn't matter if you're a wallet builder, an anchor, an asset issuer, a payment processor, a DeFi protocol, an indexer, or any other of the many great product builders in the space. Stellar is here to support your acceleration, but not just a product stack. We at SDF are here to help you too. For example, through the Stellar Community Fund. Stellar Community Fund is our flagship program to get builders off the ground in the Stellar ecosystem. SEF has been attracting developers to Stellar since 2019, and it's been extremely successful in that. Between January 2023 and July 2024 alone, SEF distributed over $26 million worth of XLM to nearly 400 projects through monthly award rounds. That is a lot. And this year, we announced a major change to the Stellar Community Fund. So we're shifting from just attracting developers to an emphasis on the full life cycle of a product. Kickstarting, building, and growing your products. Emphasis on growing. And SEF is just the beginning of the journey. We have an audit bank, marketing grants, liquidity grants, matching fund, enterprise fund. If you are interested in building and growing products that deliver real-world value, we at SDF are here for you. So it's all up to you. What are you waiting for? Start building. Thank you. I'm going to try and take some questions, but if anyone in the audience also has one, please. How do I see questions? Does anyone in the audience have questions? No? There's a question over there.
How is going to be the connection between smart contracts, smart wallet, DeFi to anchors?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So Alex talked a bit about interoperability. I would say that it's complicated. Right now, the interoperability between the classic Stellar protocol, and specifically G accounts and C accounts, is not quite there yet. So we're starting to add support both in the SDKs and the SEPs, the actual protocols that define these interoperability standards. And we're also looking into adding first-class support in the protocol itself to moving between these. So I would say the biggest forcing function here is actual adoption. There's a bit of a chicken and egg game that we're playing between having a lot of I would say legacy players in the ecosystem, like exchanges, for example, not to talk shit about anyone, but it takes them a while to adapt to things. And so we need the type of smart wallets that will encourage exchanges and kind of like older legacy systems to support smart wallets and then it'll be easier to maintain that. Any other questions?
Hi, Evelyn. What effect will ISO 20022 requirements that come into play next year have on Stellar's development and growth, and that maybe of the competition that is not ISO compliant?
I would say that that specific ISO standard is getting a lot more PR than it should. It's actually not that interesting. The SEP ecosystem that we have right now provides a lot of ways to move information between between wallets and anchors. And so at the end of the day, if there's ecosystem demand, it's very easy to add these specifications to our interoperability standards. But the bottom line is that I don't know why this ISO keeps coming up in terms of things that people talk about, but there's very little actual activity with regards to it. Cool. I think we're out of time. Thank you so much.